Well, hello, and welcome to the Legacy Insights podcast. And I am your host, Mov'n Mike. And tonight, by the grace and glory, we are episode number 25. Episode number 25. Take time to take time out. Tonight's episode is going to be a mini-sode. If you really want to know, um, as I just stated, this is episode 25. Take time to take time out. We're here to discuss entrepreneurship and the financial strategies to guide you to your goals and dreams. Simply put, we're going to be providing insight to get your mind and your money right. Um, we're going to be covering during our show. We cover topics, tips, tricks, strategies, interviews for business owners and entrepreneurs of every spectrum of the scale, and providing you with the insight to get your mind and your money right. So I just want to cover a few things tonight because this is going to be a mini-sode. Um, and the truth be told, you know, it's the time of the year I'm under the weather, and I picked this title because of basically how I'm feeling, um, and knowing that taking time to take time out is truly a message. So I want you to consider a few things, and I brought this up before. You got to know what is a legacy. How do you build a legacy? What is insight versus um, what is sight versus insight when it comes to a legacy? But most of all, I want to just reiterate: you got to ask yourself, what good is life without health? What good is health without wealth? What good is wealth without a lifestyle? And what good is a lifestyle without a legacy? So I have always said I wanted to revisit those topics, and there's just those serious questions. And tonight is just that time. So in this episode of taking time to take time out is what I'm going to do very briefly. You know, I've come down with a bit of a illness that I've just been bedridden for the past couple of days. But you know what? I have an obligation to the show, to you, the audience, to bring an episode of meaning and value. And so my goal is to assist you in becoming a better formed individual, entrepreneur, business owner, and become financially free. So it's time to let's get smarter together. And in that, knowing when to say when is truly a gift. You can have 100 great ideas, but you can only say yes to one of them. Tonight, it's all about being able to say when is when. When is the right time to do more? When is the right time to do enough? When is the right time to say, hey, you know what? Maybe I just shouldn't at all. This is where I'm at tonight. Taking time to take time out. You know, I could have a lot of things in life, but just because I could doesn't mean I should. So there's going to be a lot of those sayings in the next few minutes because I just want you to understand where I'm coming from because I battled with, okay, do I do the show tonight, or do I just relax and recover? Okay. And I don't know if you can tell by my voice, but I'm a little winded right now. Um, but hopefully in a few days I'll be back up to my 100%, and can bring you a full-fledged show. Uh, um, but the true message is delivering and being true to who I am and to what I'm doing here. Showing up for you, making sure that I provide a good quality service and let you know that I am here, that this is going to continue to go on regardless, right? So taking time to take timing take time to take time out means that, right, when you're working a 9 to 5, when you're putting in, you know, extra hours, at some point, when do you say to yourself, hey, I need to spend some time with the kids, or I need to just, not work those extra hours because I'm going to run myself down? Could that be what I've done? I've got so many irons in the fire that I want to deliver so much for you in a quality show. I mean, the what you see here is basically the end product, right? But you don't see the production, you don't see the planning, you don't see all the studying, all the the investigation into technologies that I'm going to be bringing to the show, all the learning from my mentors that I'm grabbing from them to bring to the show, and that's where it is, right? I want to be able to deliver at a high quality and continue to raise the bar, right? Like I said, I wanted to get out of this box that I'm in. But it's going to come. It's going to come, and only through vigilance. But when you're working those 9 to 5, and you say to yourself out there like, hey, I'm tired, or hey, um, am I doing enough? Well, you got to be able to check those boxes. What is it? How much are you putting in? Right? Do you need to take time? Can you put out some more? Right? You got to really feel yourself. And I got a wake up call this past week that, hey, you know what? I better slow down. Take some time. So that's what I'm going to do. This is going to be, just the the proof in the pudding, as they would say, that like we're all human and we're all going to, we have to put in the work, right? But we got to know when to say when. And I've hit some milestones this past week, and um, I've shared with the audience here that we lost a son young, 23 years old. You know, the past we celebrated his birthday a few days ago, um, and then with the holidays coming up and working and pushing, you know what? All these things can take a toll, and just like in your lives, right? You got to be able to monitor your life circumstances around you. You got to be able to monitor the things. You got to know when to say, okay, how much time do I put into this? How much time do I take for that? How much emotional uh, 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 you know energy can I expect to expend, and how much emotional and mental energy do I want to burn, right? Because it all drains that battery, right? So this is my message to you out there, that you got to take time to take time out, right? Because if not, it may just take you out. So with that, I want to say that I really do appreciate you, the audience. I appreciate the privilege of your time. I want to thank you very much for just tapping in with me. Go back to the Legacy Insights podcast channel. Hit that subscribe button. You know, hit that QR code. Take that financial test. DM me, email me. Let me know that what you want to hear, what you want to hear more of. You know, uh, give me your honest opinion about the show and how it's going. Right. And you can check me out on Facebook. I got a page there. Um, Look for me on TikTok. I've got some things coming up. TikTok, Instagram, right? Look for those clips and those basic advertisements is of about how we're doing, what we're going to be doing. Okay, it's all coming. Like I said, putting the work in. But I want to thank you for the privilege of your time. And with that, this is Moving Money, Mike, and I'm out. Remember, take time so it doesn't take you out.